What's up, everyone? Marquez here. Today we're diving into the battle for AI supremacy and the silicon that powers it. For years, Nvidia has been the go-to for anyone serious about AI, from startups to tech giants. But now, a new challenger is making waves: Huawei. Recent reports suggest Huawei's latest AI hardware isn't just catching up to Nvidia. In some key tasks, it might actually be pulling ahead. This could be a game changer for the entire AI industry, raising big questions about global competition and the future of innovation. We'll break down what Huawei has built, how it stacks up against Nvidia, and what this means for developers, businesses, and the global tech landscape. Let's get into it. Let's pause and ask, can Huawei, after years of tech restrictions, really compete with Nvidia? Nvidia's decades of R&D and its CUDA software ecosystem have made it the default choice. US sanctions aim to slow China's tech progress. But have they actually fueled Huawei's innovation? If Huawei's hardware is truly competitive, it could mean more choice and lower prices for AI companies, and a real shakeup for Nvidia's dominance. For developers, it might mean learning new tools. For investors, it's a whole new risk landscape. The idea of a two-horse race in AI chips is suddenly real. Is this a one-off or the start of a new era in global tech? Let's find out. To understand this moment, let's rewind the clock and trace the journey that brought us here. The story of Huawei is not just about technology. It's about resilience, ambition, and the global forces that shape innovation. Just a few years ago, Huawei stood at the forefront of 5G and smartphone technology, recognized as a global powerhouse. But everything changed when the US government placed them on the Entity List, abruptly cutting off access to essential technology, like Google's Android ecosystem and the world's most advanced semiconductor chips. Headlines around the world speculated about the company's future, and many predicted a steep decline. Many thought this would cripple Huawei, but instead, the company responded with determination. Rather than retreat, they doubled down on self-reliance, rallying their teams and leadership to chart a new course. Billions of dollars were poured into research and development. This massive investment led to the creation of Harmony OS, Huawei's own operating system, and a bold push to design advanced semiconductors in-house, an ambitious move that few thought possible at the time. With US sanctions blocking access to Nvidia's top AI GPUs and other critical hardware, Huawei's chip division, HiSilicon, faced a stark choice: adapt or fall behind. The pressure was immense, but so was the drive to innovate. The result was the Ascend series of AI accelerators, chips designed and built entirely by Huawei, tailored for the next generation of artificial intelligence workloads. Early versions of these chips lagged behind global competitors, but with each new generation, Huawei closed the gap, improving performance, efficiency, and reliability. The sanctions, intended to be a wall, instead became a pressure cooker, forcing Huawei to innovate faster and build a robust domestic supply chain from scratch. The company transformed obstacles into opportunities. This relentless focus and urgency set the stage for today's breakthrough, where Huawei is no longer just catching up, but starting to set new standards. Instead of stalling, Huawei turned adversity into a catalyst for rapid progress, inspiring its engineers and partners to reach new heights. Now their chips are not just catching up, they're starting to lead in some areas, challenging the dominance of established players. All of this is a direct result of a geopolitical strategy that, in many ways, may have backfired, fueling a new era of competition and innovation. The AI chip race has become a global story of resilience, ingenuity, and the relentless pursuit of technological leadership. So what does Huawei's secret weapon look like? Let's take a closer look at the technology that's changing the game. And meet the CloudMatrix 384, a full AI platform, not just a chip. At its core is the Ascend 910C, Huawei's answer to Nvidia's H-series GPUs. But the real magic is in the architecture. 384 Ascend chips linked as a single supercharged AI brain. In AI, connecting hundreds of chips efficiently is the real challenge. Huawei's system is an AI supernode with a custom high-speed network for near-instant data flow between chips. This tight integration means massive models can be trained faster and more efficiently. Unlike Nvidia's approach of selling chips, Huawei offers a complete optimized solution. The CloudMatrix 384 is a holistic rethink of AI hardware, from silicon to data center. It's not just about matching Nvidia, it's about reimagining the entire AI training pipeline. This system-level innovation is why experts are paying attention. let's see how it performs in the real world. Here's where things get interesting. The real-world showdown between two tech giants, Huawei and Nvidia, in the race for AI supremacy. For years, Nvidia has been the undisputed leader in AI hardware, but Huawei has been quietly building its own powerful solutions, aiming to challenge the status quo. In a landmark experiment, researchers trained a massive open-source language model, DeepSeek R1, with a staggering 67 billion parameters, on both Huawei's CloudMatrix 384 and Nvidia's H800 GPUs. This wasn't just a lab test, it was a real-world high-stakes comparison. The H800 is a slightly restricted version of Nvidia's top chip, specifically designed for the Chinese market, but it still packs serious power and is widely used in enterprise AI deployments. To ensure fairness, both systems use similar numbers of accelerators, creating a level playing field for this head-to-head test. The results were eye-opening. Huawei's platform didn't just match Nvidia, it actually outperformed it, delivering 10% higher training efficiency. That's a significant leap in a field where every percentage point counts. And when the experiment was scaled up to over 1,000 chips, Huawei's advantage became even more pronounced, showing that its architecture thrives at massive scale. This wasn't a fluke or a one-off result. It was a clear, repeatable win in a mainstream large-scale AI training scenario, something the industry has been waiting to see. It's one of the first public independent comparisons of its kind, moving the conversation away from marketing hype and toward hard, verifiable data that everyone can analyze. Huawei's system isn't just competitive, it's now setting new standards for efficiency, scalability, and performance in the AI hardware world. This test proves that Huawei's architecture is robust, reliable, and ready to power the next generation of AI models, potentially shifting the global balance in AI technology. The AI hardware landscape just got a lot more interesting, and the competition is only heating up from here. So, what's Huawei's secret sauce? It's all about architecture, specifically how the chips communicate. Huawei built its own ultra-fast interconnect, a private data highway for Ascend chips. This minimizes delays and keeps all 384 chips working in sync. Unlike Nvidia's NVLink, Huawei's system-level integration gives it an edge in this setup. Their software and hardware are co-designed for efficient model parallelism, splitting huge models across many chips with minimal overhead. The result's smarter system design, not just raw power. Huawei's holistic approach turns a potential weakness into a real-world advantage. Huawei's rise shakes up the entire global tech landscape. Nvidia's near monopoly meant high prices and long waits for AI hardware. Now real competition is here, especially for China's AI industry. This shift is creating parallel supply chains and could lead to two distinct tech ecosystems, one US-led, one China-led. It also blunts the impact of future sanctions, as China becomes more self-reliant. For global businesses, it's a strategic crossroads. Stick with Nvidia or explore Huawei's platform. The race for AI dominance is now a defining feature of 21st century geopolitics. Huawei's success challenges assumptions about Western tech superiority. The future of innovation is more distributed and more competitive than ever. The world is watching because this chip race will help shape the next era of technology. So what does this mean for you? Whether you're an investor, a developer, or a business leader, the landscape of AI hardware is shifting in ways that will impact your decisions and opportunities. For investors, Nvidia's dominance is no longer a sure thing. Huawei is a real contender, especially in China. The days of betting on a single winner are over. Now you'll need to watch both companies closely, as their rivalry could reshape the global tech market and influence where capital flows. This could shift stock valuations and open new opportunities in the emerging ecosystem. As competition heats up, expect more volatility, but also the potential for higher returns as new players and technologies enter the scene. For AI developers, especially in Asia, there's now a compelling alternative to Nvidia's CUDA, Huawei's Ascend, and its Can-N software stack. This means more freedom to choose the best tools for your projects and the chance to build on platforms tailored to local needs and regulations. More hardware competition means more innovation, better tools, and more power for builders. Developers can expect faster updates, improved support, and a wider range of hardware options to experiment with. For global businesses, the AI hardware market is no longer a one-horse race. Expect lower prices, more supply, and faster progress. Companies worldwide will benefit from increased choice and resilience in their supply chains. The era of a single AI hardware gatekeeper may be ending. The future will likely be more open, with multiple leaders driving innovation and setting new standards. Huawei has proven it can thrive under pressure and build world-class platforms. Its rapid progress shows that even the biggest barriers can be overcome with determination and investment. The race with Nvidia is on, and the real winner could be all of us. Thanks to the innovation this rivalry will spark. As these giants compete, expect breakthroughs that will benefit industries far beyond tech. The next few years in AI hardware? Buckle up. We're entering a new era of competition, creativity, and opportunity, one that could redefine what's possible in artificial intelligence.